I'm in central Mississippi, growing zone 8B, and on this channel I show you how me and my family balance self-sufficiency with modern living right out of my backyard. And on today we're actually going to kind of combine a little bit of the chicken chores with some garden chores because I have a little bit of both I really need to get done. So I'll just bring you along as I get that done, and we'll have a little chat while we're in the garden, and I'll let you know why I've chosen raised beds over in-ground and just different things like that, and why I've done what I've done in my garden. Alrighty, up first on today's chores list is we're going to go ahead and take care of these chickens. I need to refill their nesting boxes and spray some diatomaceous earth in there because it is, after it rains, the flies and everything get pretty bad. So I need to spray this into their nesting boxes, and then I also have some that I'm going to put down into the bottom down here in their coop. And no, I still haven't cleaned it out yet. So that's going to be for another day. Job number one done. We went ahead and we got all the laying boxes filled back up with fresh straw, not fresh straw, fresh pine shavings, and laid some DT or DE, I can't speak today. Diatomaceous earth in the boxes, and then you can see all the white laying around. I went ahead and spread some throughout the pen. This is actually, the turkeys want to get into the chicken boxes. So they have this, the turkeys have this big black box that they can lay in over here, but there's two of them that refuses to use it, and they think they're chickens and they want to get in the chicken boxes. So that's why there's a chicken fussing at a turkey right now. Matter of fact, let me go help the chicken really quick. Sorry about that. Had to help the chicken really quick. So right now is prime laying time for my chickens, so that's why there's so noisy stuff in the background. But anyway, like I was saying, I went ahead and laid DE down. So everything has been spread out into this pen, and as soon as I did, all the flies disappeared. So this is set for now. I do still need to come in and really do a good clean. I'll probably do that in the next couple of weeks because I just bring a pressure washer out here, chase everybody out, and pressure wash the inside, and I drain it down so everything drains out of here. But also we have to wait till it's dry outside because I don't know if you can really tell, but it is slopping wet and nasty out here. It's been raining here for several days, so it's just nasty. And I don't want to do it right now. I need to have them a dry place to go while it's wet and nasty outside. So y'all can look and see. Two of them, they're like, yes, we love the sunshine, we love the warmth, because it's a little bit on the cooler side today. Alright, so now that we're done with this one, we're going to move on to the second job. Hey guys, the next project up to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my shade cloths taken back down. It's been raining for about the past 4 or 5 days, and yesterday it just rained all day and all night, so the ground is soaking wet, and I really want these raised beds and my fabric pots to kind of dry out some. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those down, and then on top of that we're going to be a little bit on the cooler side, so we're going to be arranging about the low 70s to in the 70s to right around 80. So it's going to be a lot cooler here, so I can leave the shade cloth off just for about a week or two, and then once we jump back up to the 90s, I'll put it back up. So I'm gonna come along, and then once we're done with that, we'll bring you on to the next project. appreciate all of y'all for joining me on that little chore chore list that we had to get taken care of, I guess you could say. We've gotten everything taken care of, so now I just want to stop and kind of talk to you real quick on why I chose raised beds as opposed to in ground or anything like that. And the simple reason is because I'm getting older. To be honest, this whole section, where all these raised beds are now, this all used to be a 3-row in-ground garden, and it was like that for years and years. We've been living in this house for about 13 years now, and when we first started out, that's what I did, was in-ground gardening when I started, because I wasn't financially set to purchase raised beds or really didn't know much about gardening, so that was my experiment and what I was doing in my learning curve, I guess you could say. So I've done not the raised beds. I've done the in-ground. I did that for probably 5 or 6 years. After that, this whole section over here, which is now all metal raised beds, was 5 different wooden raised beds, and the wooden raised beds were 4 foot by 8 foot and 6 inches tall. So the simple thing is that those 12 years ago, I was a lot younger than I am now, so I was able to get down in the ground level, get the stuff planted, harvest, do what needed to be done at the ground level. And same thing with 6-inch beds. I was able to get down that low, do what I really needed to do. And I had small children that was here helping me, so it was a learning curve for all of us. I was teaching them as I was learning, so we've just kind of expanded and gone above that. This past year, my finances improved, so I was able to financially go ahead and afford to buy certain raised beds off of Amazon. So mostly what I have is either 8 foot by 2 foot, or 6 foot by 3 foot, or 10 foot by 3 foot. I have a few that's 4 foot by 3 foot and stuff, and then a couple of 2x2s, but all of the majority of my beds are a foot off the ground. But as far as like width, like I said, 6 foot by 3 foot, 8 foot by 2, stuff like that. So I've tried to keep it at a manageable size for myself, because my kids are starting to go off to college, they're doing their thing, so I'm kind of managing this and maintaining it by myself most of the time. I do have some of my boys, they come out and help me, their girlfriends come over, they come help me, different things like that. My husband does come out and help me as well, but I wanted to, the main goal of it was to keep it small enough to where I can manage it by myself if need be. So that's what I did. That's the reason I went ahead and decided to go with nothing but raised beds for me, and I'm not doing anything in ground with that. Because to be honest, all the way up until last year, I was doing in-ground gardening. This shed that's over here on this side, behind it, I actually did a okra patch back there. And well, not just okra, I did green beans and okra back there, and I had trellises set up back there, and that was all in-ground. And I paid for it dearly. My back would scream at me daily, telling me, no, you're too old for this. Which, to be honest, I'm not that old. I'm only in my early 40s, but still, I'm preparing myself for moving forward in the future as well. So that's why I decided to really go with the raised beds, and I believe I'm going to end up sticking with the raised beds. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is irrigation. As you can tell, if you look at watch any of my videos or anything, you will see that I do not have any type of irrigation set up in my beds. And the reason I do that is, again, it's very, very simple. And the reason that I do that is because God gives us rain. Rain wets your plants. I know there are several plants that don't like to have their leaves wet, but I figure if God gives us rain, God made the plants, God wets the plants, then a sprinkler will do it for me too. so when they need to be watered, that's all I do. I just set up a sprinkler in the middle and turn it on and let it go. It waters everything for me. For the most part though, I don't really need to do that, because we do end up getting enough rain here, unless it's like the really middle of the summer. Then I would need to come out and water, but for the most part I don't really have to water too often. So as of right now, I don't foresee any plans to get any type of irrigation. Not in my outdoor garden, this garden out here. I don't believe I'll ever have irrigation, just because I do like the ease of turning a sprinkler on, turning it off, being done. I could just set it up, let it go, and be done. However, I do plan to have irrigation on the 2 beds that will be inside of my new greenhouse once we're done with that. I do plan to have the irrigation there, just because I don't foresee that it being feasible to set up a sprinkler inside the greenhouse. I know, given right, but that will be the only one that I will have an irrigation set up on, and I already kind of have a layout of what I'm going to do. I'm going to purchase PVC pipes and just run a PVC pipe irrigation system in there. So it's going to be something very simple as I'm setting those beds up. Well, once I get done with the greenhouse remodel, and get the beds set up on the inside, get them filled and all that. And I will be bringing you all along with me. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get inside. I got to go help my husband finish with dinner and stuff. I really appreciate each of y'all for watching the videos, leaving comments, interacting with me. I really appreciate it. And from my garden to yours, happy gardening, and y'all have a great one.